As I suspected, 32 flavors.
Try the sauce. I'm soaked in it.
Oh, I could lick you all day long.
No, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got.
What?
Welcome back, folks. It feels so amazing to finally be back. I missed you guys for this show. Toxic Tuesday, episode 53. Seriously, this was like we basically took almost a month off. That was unheard of. It was just grind. Maybe the occasional week off because life would come up, but it was a grind, man, and it was great. It was huge. So I'm glad we're doing this. I missed you guys. This is gonna be what we need to come back to with some comedy greatness. These next few weeks, we're gonna have some home run hitters. So. Now, even now, at the end, I'm going to spoil next week's flick. I'm going to tell you the flick after. I've never done that. That's how confident I am in this. So let's have some fun, guys. Thank you for being here. And a lot of you are already here. That's crazy. After being away for a month, it's like, hell yes. Thank you, guys. I want to give a quick acknowledgement. Mrs. Flu, Dash Attack, my buddy Christian DeLorme, Vince Womack. What's up, Vince? Who else am I seeing? 70s. I wish 70s is not going to be here tonight, but he's got stuff he's got to do, but he will be back next week. Das Wolfen. What's up, Das? How you doing? Soul Assassin. The lovely Sherry. How are you, Sherry? Kel L. What's up, Kel? How you doing? Diesel. I see you, Diesel. What's up? Deleted Scene. Steven. What's up, Steven? Dr. Dragon. D-Bud, yes, right, guys. Johnny Step, what's up, dude? Anime Confuser, hello. How are you? Well, holy crap, you guys are coming in, Joe. Phantom Outsider, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. And it's Sam. I see what you did there, Sam. You guys are killing me with these comments. Nah, seriously, it's been oh crap. Jack of all casuals, Katina Martin. You guys are all coming in. Drozier, Kitty Bear. Stephen Paul, what's up? Seriously, guys, thank you for being here. Oh, and the mighty sentient dildo. We need our psychotic dildo around. Thank you for being sentient. Theme Park Casual, hello. Okay, we got a handful of fine gents tonight. It's nice, slim, small pickings of a panel tonight because some of us still got lives, but we got a few returns, so it's been crazy. Oh, I gotta shout Eric K. Eric K. How you doing, the mighty wrench? Eric K. What's up, dude? We're going to bring on here a man who had some technical issues for a few weeks. And, of course, you know him as a familiar mod in the channels. This would be our red shirt, just another red shirt. How are you, sir? Welcome back to Toxic Tuesday.
Hey, Nick. Oh, I'm fine, except for a little bit of leftover crud from a trip out to Vegas for some reason.
I've heard all about it.
I'm sure you have. Yeah, it's all lies.
Crud.
Loving this. I love this movie and looking forward to getting into this after some time off from myself. Because yes, I have had technical issues. I did a really stupid thing, and I'm gonna have to wait until I get a bonus to rectify it because it's gonna cost me a lot of money to fix. Other than that, this will be fun.
No, it will be, dude. Thank you for being here. I'm happy to have you back. I missed you around here, man. Love having you around. So let's go pick up where we left off, as per se. All right, dude?
Yeah.
And then returning to the show after a summer of gambling and alcohol and pizza and all sorts of greatness, the man who keeps the visuals going, the collection of amazing amounts of toys, Mark D with a C. Welcome back. So the man who I give power to Toxic Tuesday. Sir, how are you? I missed
Great,
you.
yeah.
Obviously, I was on geekery a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
but
thank you.
still,
Thank you for
I'm-
being there. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
dude, I
That's
gotta
gonna be
try to come back
number,
on again soon.
It's number 50 this weekend, so that's a big one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be
Can't
around.
believe it.
I'll be
You'll
around.
be around for a little bit.
I'll be
Yep.
around. I have to. At least
Thank
I can
you.
do for you.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah. So I was, and I just got away back from vacation too, which was good. So down at the Jersey Shore, and I got a lot of food pictures to show you. So some good stuff on the boardwalk. And as I'm walking down, I'm taking all these pictures. I'm like, my kids are like, why are you taking all these pictures of like, all the boardwalk food and like deep fried Oreos? I'm like, I gotta show my buddy Nick why it's there. Like all the pizza and all the cotton candy and the fudge and all this. Yeah. So I gotta really get back on that diet because. Yeah, no, it's been I had a fun time playing poker. But yeah, Toxic Tuesday. It's one of those things I always look forward to. This movie is freaking hysterical. It's like, I mean, I wasn't old. I didn't see this in the movie theater, but I mean, I could imagine being in like a packed house watching this movie, just like what the hell is happening?
Oh, I know, right?
All the corny jokes. Yeah.
I know. Before we get to that, and we're going to talk about that movie in a minute, I got a quick comment here. And so that's from Chernobyl. What up, Nick? Did you get the package I sent with Toxic Man Flu? I will be in touch with them, and I will make sure I get the package from the Flu soon, Chernobyl. And once I do, I'm going to unveil that and the package from Mrs. Flu as well. So stay tuned, my friend. Okay, I will get it, and you will know about it. It's going to be huge. Thank you, Chernobyl. I can't wait to see what you got.
I love
All
that
right,
name.
boys. Who's ready to talk some airplane? Red shirt, Mark. Are we ready to get
Yeah,
into
I'm
this?
finishing up. I got a couple of seconds on the slides. I'm just finishing that up.
okay.
Google, of course, they decided to. If anyone uses Google Drive, switch to shortcuts. This is computer nerd crap, but then all my, I share like from my, like my YouTube account. I share like all the photos and everything with my main account to do Photoshop and stuff. And they upgraded all these Drive shortcuts. Everyone's complaining that Google Drive doesn't work if you had shared a shortcut. I know it's kind of boring stuff, but I'm like, all of a sudden, it's like everything disappeared. You have to re-download it. It's like, Google, why are you doing this? It was perfectly fine before. It's like, so yeah, but yeah, I got a couple. I'm going to turn the camera off. I got a couple minutes.
No,
I'll
you're
get
good,
this,
man.
I'll get
Deep
this,
Park
get these
Casuals.
slides going. Yep.
Don't worry. Deep Park Casual says the first grown-up movie I something. It's funny because as I was watching it, because my memory is a little shaky. Because I have said before, I've not seen it, but there are parts where I that feel very familiar. So maybe I have, and I just didn't remember well. But it's funny because watching it recently, obviously having a much more clear memory, seeing that was PG, and I see everything that's so grown up about it, it kind of makes me chuckle because to think about there wasn't this craziness that is the MPAA nowadays. So it's always definitely a great to chuckle that before there's all these crazy like weird rules and we gotta make it like this, Brady, because this and this, but then contradict ourselves with the next movie. So yeah, funny how that happens with a movie like this one especially. But it's funny how we got two Leslie Nielsen ones in a row. And Richard, we missed having you for man, my brain's already Naked Gun, dude. So good. But Airplane, wow. So watching it for me, I guess I'll just lead off. I love how the movie surrounds itself in this environment of seriousness. This total environment of seriousness. Like the idea of Ted Stryker's character is not funny. It's not. Like this is kind of a tragic character. Like he's stuck in the past, like in his head with the war and all that. And his girlfriend Elaine wants him to move on, so they can get their life, going forward. And she's obviously trying to do her job quite literally, and that's kind of simple where the movie takes place off. And it's funny how like his character arc, her character arc, it's all tragic. The tonality, the music, even the movie kind of has like a look, like it looks like a serious movie, but everything that happens is so freaking funny, whether it's the scenes where Ted's explaining his life story to all the passengers on board, hilarious, and
they kill themselves or
or everyone he encounters on the air flight on the way, all the people stopping him, or the guy who stops for getting checked in, takes off his leg and all that stuff. Absolutely hilarious. And these are all people who had to keep, once again, I applaud the acting in this movie from everyone, because to do all this crazy shit and to be like stone cold about it, bro, what?
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't keep a straight face. Like, this is ridiculous. How is this all supposed to be a serious movie? But I think that was the intention of what they were making. They were trying to make it a serious movie, and yet some of the actors didn't know at the time as well that they were going for a full comedy. But hey, go ahead, Richard.
Well, they did it beautifully, because I'm sure most people in the audience, and probably neither of you guys on the panel, ever saw the original Airport movies.
Oh, I know about them.
Yeah. Well, I watched them. Okay,
yeah.
I watched them, and they're so pretentious. They're so melodramatic. If you think Captain Kirk in Star Trek is melodramatic, you have to watch Charlton Heston in Airport, the original in 1970. Oh my God! So they didn't have to go very far to poke fun at the movies that it's based on. And then they went and did some crazy stuff on top of that. But for everybody to play it dead straight and then have all these crazy things happening around them that they don't react to is part of what makes this movie a classic.
Well, plus it's also practically a word-for-word remake of 0 Hour, which is a 1957 movie. So if someone's got a video on YouTube, I'll try to find it and put in the link. But, you know, they compare the movies like scene for scene and line for line. And like you said, exactly, Richard, yeah, they're all serious. You know, you're dealing with, you know, like Nick said, there's a pilot with, you know, who was from the war who's got, you know, post-traumatic stress syndrome and some serious stuff. Funny. But it's actually, you know, we're almost word for word from 0 Hour. So I'm just putting that link in there so people can see that. And when I find the YouTube video, as soon as I get the slideshow up and running. But I mean, you're just dying watching this movie, especially if you had a few beers or something. But this movie is so freaking funny with all the stuff. And the more you watch it, the more you catch too. And especially clipping it tonight, you know, I'm catching things I never noticed, you know, having watched it, you know, all those years. And of course, you got, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the cockpit, and you know, the famous Gladiator movie lines. There's all these things that have like entered the lexicon. Like, you know, you always, you know, joke to people, do you like Gladiator films? You know, so there's all this stuff that that's just, you know, super crazy comedy that just entered the lexicon. And also, you know, Saturday Night Live kind of picked up on some of this comedy, and it just I mean, it's the jokes are so bad they're good. I mean, just, you know, Shirley, you know, stop calling me Shirley, and we're getting ahead of all the, you know, the punchlines. But that's what makes this movie so, because really there's no story. I mean, there's no story here, right? I mean, it's, you know, land the plane and making fun of all those disaster films. And the Earthquake was the other one that was, you know, out. And I'm so old. I remember when they were advertising. You know, this is before surround sound, so you would watch. They would advertise like, tune in to 95.5 WPLJ tonight with simulcast of Airplane or Earthquake. Listen to the movie in stereo. It's, you know, or on your home surround system. Oh yeah, they would do that, like, you know, in the 70s. Yeah, you had your little teeny, you know, speaker, you know, so in your TV. So it was some good stuff, these disaster films. So, but yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's got that environment of a, you know, it's and the movie does juggle a few storylines. It's juggling the relationship, but also the airplane issue that's happening in the airplane because of the food. We'll just say that. So but it weaves them both very well together, and that's really awesome that they can do that and make it mesh together and show how they eventually connect. Because when you first, you know, learn of what's going on the ship, right? Okay, so we got two separate things going on, and then how it all connects together. It's freaking awesome, and they cram it in a nice, you know, nice tight package within 90, not even 90 minutes, not even, and that's great. And
yeah,
you know, whereas we're talking earlier about how this is pretty much mostly a serious movie in a sense. The actor who played Captain Over, I can't pronounce his name, but
Captain Over.
Peter Graves.
Over and out.
Graves.
he
Mission Impossible.
apparently he didn't really
Yeah.
like understand like this whole script. He was just like, whoa, what? Like, so his agent actually had to convince him to take the role because he thought everything about this was like kind of just dumb and like jibber jabber. And then it wasn't until he actually saw the movie, then he's like, oh dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Is that funny?
He-
like
He'd
Go ahead,
never
Richard.
done comedy. He'd never done comedy. He was a dramatic actor,
Much.
as Mark said. He was Mr. Phelps in Mission Impossible, for crying out loud. And his agent's pitching him the comedy, and he's going, I don't do comedy. I'm a dramatic actor. He says, no, it'll be good. It'll be great. And he's like, well, how the hell do I do comedy? He says, well, in your case, just play it absolutely dead straight and let everything happen around you, because no matter what line they give you, deliver it as though you absolutely mean it, and don't react. And so that's what he did. And you're right. He didn't have a clue. He's like, and then, by the way, this is not uncommon because movies are not shot in sequence. So it's not like he got the story the way they shot it. And it's a script I've read them. They're sometimes hard to figure out what it's going to look like because there's a director between the script and the finished movie and an editor. And the script doesn't always tell you what you're going to get. So I think he was at sea. I think he was lost in this movie, but he took the advice. He played it dead straight, and he is phenomenal as the captain because he never breaks the character of the guy that's in charge of this airplane. You believe it. Right.
Yeah.
It's just,
I-
yeah.
all right. So
Well, that's what makes it work. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100%. That's why it worked so well. Yeah.
no, I was crap. I was gonna say something. And my brain
Sorry.
just freaking no. It's okay. Oh, thank you, Brian Parthenja. Robert Stack threw me off because I'm like, hold up. I noticed that voice, that super distinct voice of Robert Stack. What's he doing in this movie? And surely enough, he's obviously he's Captain Kramer. What? And I just love how he's just like his voice is very. It just reminds me of what was that show Unsolved Mysteries? Was that what he was on? Unsolved Mysteries. Someone correct me in the chat.
Could be.
He was
could be.
on one of those shows like when I was a kid. So and he was like he was an introductory guy wearing the coat, looking all like mystical and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's Unsolved Mysteries. If I'm wrong, someone tell me, but I'm pretty sure it's that. But there was a point in this movie doing okay, I was right. Unsolved Mysteries. There we go. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. There was a point for them to hire actors who didn't have little to no comedy background, whether it was Peter Graves or Leslie Nielsen. That was the whole point of this, is to keep it at that. And yeah, drama actors do translate well into the comedic fashion. Interestingly enough, too, because we have Elaine. She was originally they were looking at eyeing at Sigourney Weaver to play this, but she ended up losing the part. So I was just like, wow, Sigourney got beat out. I would never imagine. Like you say that now, that seems like that's unheard of. Like you can't even piece that together, but it happened. It freaking happened, man. So crazy things do happen, even for her, man, even for Sigourney Weaver. She lost to Julie Haggerty, and it's like, I don't know much of what Julie Haggerty is doing now, but obviously this movie is very prolific for her. So I was just like, wow, okay, we got her and we got Robert Hayes. I call him Ted Striker, but man, this is super notable for them. But I love how everywhere they go in the airplane, the airport. I'm getting my words wrong here.
Yep.
They're encountering like Jehovah's Witnesses types of people everywhere. Everywhere they go, they can't go anywhere without being stopped with these people. They're like they can't. I like how Ted gets to a point where he just has it. He just just decks whatever because he's just had it.
I gotta say, you don't see that anymore. But it was particularly the Hare Krishnas. They were basically building on the idea that when you went to the airport, you had to get past 3, 4, 5 Hare Krishnas with their robes and their shaved heads.
Yeah.
And yeah, it could get a little frustrating, especially if you were late for your plane and these guys wanted to ask you for money and you're trying to be polite, but you're trying to get past them to get to your plane. And I think a lot of people watch the escalating response to the Hare Krishnas until Robert Stack comes through and just starts beating the crap out of every single person that comes at him, because there's like 20 of them. And I mean, that's the one thing they did. One of the things they did I love about this movie is they take a little joke and then make it bigger, then make it again and make it bigger again, and they just keep building, and then eventually they'd stop. So there's a number of examples we'll get to, but this is the first one I remember, where they start out with like 1 or 2 people you got to get past, then you got to get past 3, then it's 5, then it's Stack is just wiping people out like Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee, moving, going through the airport. And it's all of these things are tropes. All of these things either come from people's experience in airports and on airplanes in the day back in the 70s, or in the movies that it's a parody of. And they did it really well.
There we go. Got some photos. Huh?
There it
Our
is.
man
Like
Mark,
the
you
light.
see with the photos now. All good, brother. How about when you see when they're obviously waiting for the plane? Now, do you see one plane crash into the actual building? Everyone just moves on like it's no big deal. There's that. Also,
Oh,
you
it's sorry.
see the
It
magazine
starts
room,
with it starts
and
with
it literally
Jaws
has
too.
a sign that says "whacking material."
Yes. But before that, you missed. I mean, that tail fin going back and forth through the clouds was accompanied by the Jaws shark theme.
Yes.
That was
No,
a
you're right.
straight up homage to Jaws.
Yeah, so right away you're in for like, what the hell is going on here?
This is going to be nuts.
It's gonna be wild and crazy.
When I was doing my initial first watch, I'm like, I actually at times was kind of confused, but then as time went on, I'm like, oh, okay, this movie's trying to be funny. Okay, I get where it's going, because once again, it sells you so well on the atmosphere of the tragedy around all of this, the tragedy, and also the problem going on the plane. And so I'm like, hold on, that scene was really funny. Is this movie trying to be a serious movie, or is it funny? And then I thought, as it went on, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what they're trying to do now. Okay, all right. So I definitely had to catch on and get it. It was definitely because I had heard before that was a funny movie, but watching it going in, and I also I'm like, hold up. I think that's fine, but obviously the whacking material is when I started to that's probably right around the first time I'm like, okay, I see what this movie's trying to push now. Okay. It's funny, but it is definitely just things are happening. You just got to catch it, and it's funny. Okay, I get it. So yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
Freaking
I don't know if you
genius.
guys recognized it.
That's
but
the
that whole
president.
bit-
That's the president from 24. President Logan. That's one of the guys.
Well, but this business with the announcers over this whole scene here, where you
The
have the
white
announcer
zone,
saying
red
the
zone,
white
yeah.
zone is for immediate unloading and unloading of passengers only. There is no stopping in the red zone. Frank Zappa parodied that once. And
He did, yeah.
They
Did
eventually
he?
get a male and female announcer arguing with each other over which zone is for what. And that's from LAX. Los Angeles Airport had the white zones and the red zones forever. And I don't know if you recognize the guy on the left, second Hare Krishna.
I've
That's
seen him before.
Joey
I
Suzu.
recognize him.
Yeah.
That's Joe. Yeah, that was Joey Suzu. He's the actor who played him.
Listen, Betty, don't start up your White Jones shit again.
Yes.
It's like you're watching the credits and you're already dying.
And if you've, I've heard it in other movies. I've never been to LAX, but I've heard it in other movies where they do it. But they're not playing with it. They're just recording the voiceovers. It's so monotonous, and it's the same thing every time. That if you're stuck out in front of LAX at the cab rank or something, and you have to hear that announcement 30 times, you're about ready to lose your shit.
There it is. There's that arm.
Yep.
Spinal Tap, kind of copies that scene a little bit in a different way.
Yeah, you're right. No, I
We got to
never
do that
connect
movie
those
eventually.
dots.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
it's actually gonna come sooner than you think.
Okay.
We're
Can we do
gonna
all
come.
8 hours of the special features? No, just kidding.
Oh my god, that's a Toxic Tuesday episode 2-3-parter in itself. Seriously. No, Spinal Tap will be a thing. That is some. I had to be very strategic because there's so many ones like we've done, but there's at the same time there's so many ones that we have not done. So it's just like I want to make sure they are very wisely chosen spots, and I want to try to see if I can start doing a thing where I can maybe celebrate them around an anniversary, or if there's like a 4K coming out. So I'm trying to look into those things more, just piggyback off of that a little. But luckily, this formula that we've gone has worked out beautifully for us thus far. But I like how the Zucker brothers, man, they freaking nailed it with this. And of course, them getting Elmer Bernstein once again for the music. Elmer, it's funny because, we got the great names like John Williams, Danny Elfman, but Bernstein's great. He doesn't get as much mentioned as he does, but he's really at least underrated compared to them. There's obviously more overall underrated names in the grand scheme, but I guess you could say in the upper echelon of composers, he's definitely one of the names that isn't talked about, even though he's got wanna for Ghostbusters. That's the most memorable thing ever. He doesn't get as much, at least from what I noticed. Oh, here we go. The plane that crashed.
Yeah, where's the forklift, Larry? It's over there. And then this happens in the next movie too, with the one with Shatner too. You always have to have the plane crash into the airport, which is crazy. Yeah. And there's certain people who love corny jokes. Like my dad, God bless his soul, loved like corny jokes. So like this movie would, like give him a heart attack practically. Like you couldn't stop laughing. And other people just don't like this kind of humor. But the same thing with my mother-in-law. So shout out to Fran if she ever watches this. But she's endless puns and corny jokes, and so
and on the nose stuff.
Yeah, on the nose. Yeah, and this is quick. There's like so much quick dialogue when you're watching it. You can miss it the first time. What's get to the hospital. What's that? And then he's like, well, hospital, it's a bed with lots of patients, and
he lets us know.
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah, that's another running gag, because there's the hospital. There's they have a problem at headquarters. Headquarters? What's that? It's a big building with a lot of generals in it, but that doesn't matter now.
Yeah. Hey, we got Mad there.
Mad Martin.
Hey,
modern sperm. Yeah. Plus, this movie was PG too, so it was a PG movie. So
it predated PG-13, I think, and it probably would have been had they had that extra rating.
Yeah.
No, it's probably the white phone.
Yes.
Captain Hover.
Don't you just like how they just know, like he picks up a phone and they just know, like, hey, and they're calling over him like they're watching him, white phone.
And on the intercom, he answers the intercom. Yeah.
Yeah. Does he yell into the terminal? I got it. They go, okay.
Oh, March 47 here. They reused that plane through the glass footage for an A-Team episode. Really? I did not know that.
Nice,
Thank you for the insight, Marks. I appreciate that.
Cool. And there's the Mayo
Clinic.
The
heart, and
the Mayo in the background.
Bouncing around on the table.
Is that an Abby Normal heart?
That's an Abby Normal heart.
That's an inside Young Frankenstein joke. So
yes.
And see, that heart I did not catch fully, just flopping around that first time, because I was just trying to digest what was happening with this scene. I was like, okay, so clearly there's an issue. There's a heart issue. And then we see the girl who it's for, boarding up. But I didn't see that. For some reason, I just didn't notice the heart just flopping around. I'm like, so that must be literally the heart that she needs. Okay. That's freaking funny.
And then this line just had me dying. Sorry, just
Nick.
Well, just give me ham on 5, hold the mayo. It's like the whole setup.
Yeah,
was
bad
just
pun.
for that.
Ham on 5, hold the mayo.
That,
You mentioned this is a short movie. The thing about this movie is that the jokes come so fast, the gags, the jokes, the visuals, the lines, that you even if you don't start laughing at it, you will miss jokes. You'll have to watch it more than once.
Oh, I
There's
did.
no way you're going to get everything they packed into this in one go.
I go like 4 times. But which obviously it was worth it, because I got all the experience I saw of like catching all the little things I missed. Like there's a scene later on involving a fan. We'll just say that, a fan. I didn't notice that until my most recent viewing. I'm like, how did I miss that? Like, that's a type of joke that I make that I would want in my type of comedy. And yet I'm the one who misses that. Like, it kind of felt like almost like a shame on me. But no, that just goes to show you, like, it's so worth the rewatchability because you get the jokes that you see coming, you know they're coming, and you're still laughing at them again. But then there's something, oh, hold up, I didn't get that from last time. Yeah, it all happens so fast, and you got it's like you got to keep up with the movie because it's
you got to pay attention.
It's just go, which, and the movie benefits beautifully because it does, even though it is go, it doesn't feel like it's rushing you through it at the same time simultaneously. So that makes it more impressive that they can make this movie happen at the pace that it is, but it doesn't feel. Oh yeah, for smoking
and non-smoking. I think the smoking, please. Yeah, and the kids reading U.S. News and World Report.
The brochure that's literally smoking.
Yeah, the ticket folder. They used to give you tickets in those folders, Nick. You know, before we had smartphones.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
I know. But I'm like, I got used to those. It was like they give you a folder. They stuck your tickets in it. Then they stuck your boarding pass for your first flight, or if you had connectors into the cover, and off you went. By the way, there was a little bit we missed. That's a perfect example of one of those quick jokes. The grounds crew guy comes up to the open window next to the pilot and puts a credit card machine on the sill.
Yeah.
The captain hands him a credit card so he can pay for the gas.
Oh yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And that's and they're he's doing the windshield. He's doing the windshield. Wipers and cleaning the plane, checking the oil, and that's a gag later. Like, I didn't check the oil when we lose engine number 4. Yep. So, and this scene is just very not politically correct, but it's there.
Oh, I know. I saw the scene. Today. I'm like,
yeah, it would be trouble in River City. Yep.
This probably will, honestly, if we're gonna be more fair here, not just to be fair, but to be even more fair, this honestly probably would not even been a movie 10 years ago.
No, I don't.
Probably
I'm
not.
I'm straight up serious on that. I don't even think that scene would have flown 10 years ago. Oh, no smoking. I don't know you a smoker. Fasten seatbelt.
Yeah.
Oh man, the subtitles. That is so freaking funny, and the fact that they even have people play translators to them later. I'm like, oh no.
I like this line, first time.
Oh, dude, first time.
No, I've been nervous lots of times. This is the girl from Love Boat, I think. Is that Julie from? One of the kids from Love. She was on Love Boat, I think. Too, was the girl that needs the heart transplant. And then this whole scene where it's like the train,
scene.
The war, the soldier going off to war,
And she keeps knocking down all the posts as and he's like, "Goodbye, darling. Goodbye."
Yeah. So ridiculous. Yeah. It's freaking an airplane. Yeah.
Oh man, she knocks a bunch of them down, and and as the plane's moving, he's still got the door wide open. He's not flying out or anything. I was like, wow.
Yes.
We have Clarence. Clarence is Matt. This is Maddie's dad. He says Steve Mitchum. Yep. Yeah, the pilots. All the pilots' names. Over.
Nice to see you here, dude.
Roger. They'll get confused. Yeah.
Ooh. Brian here's got interesting. Peter Graves felt uncomfortable around Rosie Harris, who played the kid, and avoided contact around him throughout filming. Whoa. I guess, Graves is just he's a very selective man. Obviously he's very, I guess maybe he's just one of those guys who's protective of his career. And you know what? That's fair. I get it. It's cool, bro. I get it. No hard feelings. So it happened. And yes, it is so stupid. And that's why we benefit from the said stupidity of Vin Diesel. That's the beauty of it. I mean, good Lord. That's clear. It's over.
Yeah, over. Roger's like, huh? Roger. Over what?
Yeah.
That simplicity of these jokes. And it's
boy's life.
Yeah, and it hits so hard. If you
life.
think about it, it's all simple if you really think about it, but it shows you don't have to have like a big, complicated, like, thought out like statement of, grandness to be funny. You just had these simple lines and it works. Some of them teeter on like, dad joke territory, but it works.
Yeah, famous Jewish sports legends. How about a leaflet for you? That's another politically incorrect joke. Yeah.
Yup.
And this line, I love this line.
She goes on a tangent about
very toxic.
Yeah, you're right. The grandma's toxic in this movie. I'd argue the grandma's one of the most toxic characters in this movie.
Firm thighs.
Saying you two don't get along. And I think it's where he starts to dream about when, the bar, the amazing bar
scene. Drambuie.
Most
Isley. That name?
It's worse than Detroit. Yeah, Drambuie.
Drambuie is
the
a liquor.
Liquor, yeah. I'll drink to that. I don't have a drinking problem.
You know, it's another movie that's very stupid. It's funny, Diesel. I'm hoping you've seen it. If you haven't, like, please fix it. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. That movie is so ridiculous. It's like, you're like, how is this happening? I would highly recommend Kung Pao if you've not watched it. If you have, I'm going to assume that you like it because you clearly get this style of comedy. Clearly. And it shows. Oh, the Zen Zoltan scene. I love Kung Pao. Dude, seriously. I think that may have to be a Toxic Tuesday one day. I'm just saying. We got a few people who know it. We've got okay. Yep, the jury's out. People know Kung Pao. All right. I guess we'll have to add it to the list, guys. I have seen Kung Fury. I have. My memory, I've only seen it once, so I've not, unfortunately, ever gotten to a lot of rewatch territory with it, but I've seen it. But I love how this went from straight from the fight to everyone just goes into dancing. Like, what a transition.
Top Secret kind of copies this movie a little bit, too. It's kind of a bar scene. The Top Secret. Yeah, then of course, Saturday Night Fever, which was, one of the biggest movies of all time with that great soundtrack. Mm-hmm. And I think, is Disco dead at this point? Because we do get a Disco is dead joke. What year was this movie?
This is 1980.
1980, yeah.
This is around the time Disco died.
Okay, where he says he tells the guy to pinch him because we all do that whole thing, like, like someone pinch me, like
it must be dreamy.
And he's just like, this guy's freaking weird. Like, I'm getting away from this son of a bitch. I had to ask the guy next to me to pinch me. And his expression as he looks at him, he gets away from him. And here's this guy who got stabbed, and he's just all falling down. She's going with the movements of his body, just flailing because he's in pain. She thinks he's doing dancing.
Yeah, and he's trying to point to, I have a knife in my back.
And then she's doing all the dance moves. And then when he's on the floor, she's like almost down to the floor. Yeah. That's one you wish you could play the video of that. Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, man.
And then he throws his hat, and then the guy throws the hat back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just, yeah. and then he throws his hat, and he also throws up his jacket, and he comes back at it.
Yeah, he's wearing Saturday Night Fever uniform under his costume under his uniform.
Yeah, that's straight up John Travolta.
Yeah.
Oh, straight up, man. He got the moves or questionable moves, very funny, laughable moves. I love how she just spins him around, just tosses him.
That scene is great. Yeah, when she's spinning him and lets go. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, where Ted throws Elaine, that's funny. But when she tosses him, that's way funnier. That's way funnier.
Here she goes up in the air, yeah.
And he waits. And
he's waiting.
I said, and that's hilarious. But when she does it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, that is just absolutely bonkers.
Well, that movie, Saturday Night Fever, is so big. I mean, they came out of the PG version. Of course, me at Catholic school, and I couldn't go see the rated R movie. I remember when our parents took us to the PG version. Mom still wasn't very happy with the story even then. But, so you're 12-year-old. We're going to see Saturday Night Fever, yeah. You
Oh,
know,
that's freaking
the
hilarious.
dance.
Dude.
I mean, that movie was just. I mean, Star Wars. For geeks / nerds, that was that was where it was
Mhm.
at. But Saturday Night Fever and Grease. Olivia Newton-John just passed away. I mean, those were massive movies from the '70s. So everyone, as soon as this started, everyone knew what everyone knows what they're making fun of here.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, I mean, if that isn't obvious, it's like, especially if you're from this time period, you have no excuse. Oh God! All right.
The classic.
I'm highlighting the super chat just because it has a certain autopilot from Captain Tickle.
Nice avatar. Look, the avatar. He's got the pilot there. He's got the
Drinking
autopilot.
problem
Auto.
intensifies. Auto. The autopilot. Mr. Tickle. Thank you for the $2. That's what I needed to see.
All the Teslas, they got the autopilots. They should come with pop-up autos in the Teslas now. Elon
And,
Musk better get on those. That'd be great.
Oh man, seriously.
And then he's
It's like-
dancing. He's doing all the dances with the. He's obviously got a wire. He's doing the
Yeah.
Russian dance.
Yeah, the Cossack dance.
Yeah.
Oh man. What a terrible dancer. He's terrible, but he's so fun. He's so terrible, but it's so
He's great in
to
this
watch
movie.
it. Yeah. Oh no. Don't get me wrong. I love Robert Hayes in this. Like, I don't see him and what's her face, Julie. I don't see anyone else who had done this role. Like, looking back, even though I grew up like on Sigourney because of Alien, I obviously Julie she was right for the part. So sometimes sometimes you can even be here's where as they're there all night and then someone falls and then poor grandma. She just had it. She's like, look at this Ted Stryker. He's being an emo bitch. This guy's he won't leave me alone about his relationship. He won't. And that's just the first of the few suicides. And I love how it has every suicide happens. You just see everyone else on the plane just going about their business. Like, there's nothing to see here. There's someone who sets themselves on fire. There's someone who's hanging themselves. There's no big deal here. It's all good. Oh no way! Kevin Teo says Otto's credited as Otto.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, as himself.
Oh, that is.
I love this
oh,
kid.
dude,
This line.
this kid. No, the little girl, bro.
Yeah, the little girl. That's another joke that could not be told today or even in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
When I first heard those words, I straight up stopped, rewinded it. I'm like, did I really hear that right? And I'm like, oh.
Look at the kid's face. Yeah.
Yes.
He used to be on sitcoms. I'm trying to remember the actor, what shows he was on, but I've seen it before. Yeah, that kid.
Oh.
And then she sees her pilot, her love.
The times when everything was so romantic and everything was perfect. They get all freaking Swamp Thing like stuff all over.
This is another movie reference.
Yep, From Here to Eternity, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
And that movie was a scandal when that came out too. The scene on the beach with was that Rock Hudson?
There was a scandal around it.
Oh yeah, From Here to Eternity was a huge scandal, but in terms of what they were showing in the movie, just showing a guy and a girl kissing on the beach like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they used to measure how tall your bathing suit was for women. I mean, so yeah, that scene from here, I'll show it real quick. Just
go ahead.
Yeah. Just I'll flip it over, but yeah, that was. So here's the famous picture, but that was so that was scandalous to have people on the beach like that kissing. My God, could you imagine how that would wreck today's youth to have a picture like that?
Yeah,
we did survive it though. Yeah.
Captain Over here has he has a great line with the kid on board. Oh man, so freaking fun. Of course, he meets Kareem Abdul-Jabbar too, and that turns into a whole conversation.
That's one of the best lines in the movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and back in the day too, you could get in the cockpit if you're a kid to see the pilot, and they give you a little pin. You know, the wings. I have a couple of those, and you never get a model like that, but you got wings, and then they show you around or whatever. But of course, after 9/11 and security, that'll stop. But flying used to be a big deal too. So you dress up when you flew. You'd wear a jacket and a tie. Most people wear a jacket and tie. Even kids would be in a jacket. I had to dress up flying in the 70s. So it was, you wouldn't be caught dead in your shorts.
You haven't answered a certain question. Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
No, never.
That was once again, like for me, I was just like, bro, he just went there. Once again, the jokes are being said either to kids or by kids. Holy shit.
You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, but you must have confused me with someone else.
It shows him his name tag. Yeah. I mean, how cool is it to get Kareem? I mean, for this movie, the great casting. How awesome is this? I mean,
Now here's the thing. Okay, so when I first saw this, because I did know who he was when I was a kid. I did know who he was. He actually kind of sold me for a split second that it was the guy who looked just like him. He actually kind of sold me. I'm like, okay, maybe it is not him. He's that good of an actor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he nailed it. I got to give him a shout out.
And then he grabs him by the shirt.
My dad says you don't work hard enough on defense. Run down court. Yeah. And Jabbar is great in this. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching him playing against Walton on the Celtics, and he says, you tell your old man to try dragging Walton and so up down the court.
The kid's a great actor too. I mean,
he is
a great facial expression. Yeah,
Walton Lanier. Yes.
Yeah, he's a kid who obviously this whole being on a plane is such a big deal, so he wants to get the full experience, and he's a little nosy, but he ultimately does mean good. But he's also like starstruck at the same time, so he feels also that he's a kid. He can have those type of conversations, and then he realizes, oh crap, I better not.
You like movies about gladiators?
Right.
Look at Grace.
Another great line.
Look at his face there. Oh, God.
I could see Peter Graves' point. Like, imagine if you are not as aware of what they're trying to do, and you're trying to say all these lines, and from his perspective, I could see like, wow, why am I saying this? This is bad dialogue. But then when you actually do watch it, I could see it from his point of view why he initially thought that this was bad. But then I get that now.
Because his funniest lines are all non sequiturs. They're all out of left field.
Yes. Oh God. Oh, ain't that the truth? And tell him. Oh yes, I remember. Oh yeah, that was my gateway actually into Kareem, because when he fought, because obviously Bruce Lee was a tiny guy going.
Which movie was that? That was.
Was that Enter the Dragon?
Was it Enter the Dragon? Someone help me out in the chat.
I don't think that was Kareem. Well, I don't think Kareem was.
Was the one with Chuck
Norris?
Norris?
There was a tall black guy in that movie, but I don't think it was Kareem. I'd have to.
You think it was You think it was the co-pilot? You think it was the co-pilot from Airplane in the movie, and not? No.
Robert Murdoch. Oh, dude, Robert Murdoch was in it.
It was Robert Murdoch. Yeah, Roger Murdoch. Whatever.
Oh, guys, Tom's here. What's up, Tom?
Oh, I love the painting he's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, he's getting prepared.
Yeah, Tom is trying to get that pose. He's going to show us how he can do that pose for us.
Oh, right. Voice set up. Whatever it is, he's doing.
And George Zip. George Zip. Do you know? I haven't. Okay, one line in this is I haven't felt this sick since we watched that Ronald Reagan movie.
Yep.
But the other one is George Zip is a reference to a Ronald Reagan movie. Go out and win one for the Gipper.
Yep, George Zip. Yep, that's
Zip
a great movie.
George Gipp,
Newt Rockney, All-American. Yep.
Yes.
So win one for the Zipper.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so many references in here, and unfortunately now, I mean, hell, that was a late night movie I caught once. I happened to have seen that speech. Go out there and win one for the Gipper.
It's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's he thinks he's Ethel Merman. Guess what? That is Ethel Merman.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We're
I
too
got
busy
her to be
watching
in the
Gladiator
movie.
films, Tom.
Oh, I love gladiator films.
Oh, so we got attended tickle trunk again with another Canadian 2000 says, I got the Autopod. You see if someone can fly. Yeah, I know. You have a tickle trunk.
I think what's the most endearing thing about this film is that this movie lives on, while the films that it's actually making fun of, nobody remembers. Nobody's seen them hardly, unless you were alive then
Exactly.
anymore. You mention airport to anybody, they're like, "What? You're going to the airport?"
Right.
Mhm.
They only made
No,
four
like
of
Airport
them.
77.
7.
What?
Yeah, well, I'm old enough.
You're going to the
remember it,
77th airport? What?
Yeah, it's true.
Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home.
Because this is basically just one of those scripts with a few punchlines added in, but otherwise it's like verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what the second kind of.
Well,
cup
it's
of
0
coffee,
R
that's
or whatever,
making-
isn't it?
Yeah, it's 0 R. But what's that making fun? Isn't that a commercial? That was a commercial, I bet. Or,
Yeah, that was Folgers, I think.
Oh, that was a
Folgers,
Folgers
right?
commercial,
Folgers
yeah.
commercial, right? They're making fun of, right? Yeah. So you lose the reference. Just going down the
Well, that's
banging
the
him on the
thing.
head with the
These references
guitar.
are really old. I mean, I'm really old, but I'm having to reach to find all of these references. And this is a movie that references things that are 40 to 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's tough for a modern audience. I mean, unless you've gone back, and God help you if you watch all 4 of those airport movies. I pity you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm surprised it still has lived on. I mean, yeah, it has lost a little bit of esteem from what it used to be, but you got to imagine this would be like if nobody remembered Star Wars, but Spaceballs was still around. You know, like-
Exactly.
Well, for a lot of countries, they like Australia, New Zealand, they recognize this movie's title as Flying High. For a lot of countries, a lot of them didn't know, like, because they don't know in America we call it airplane. So for a lot of them, they recognize it as Flying High. So I can imagine like, oh, you seen this movie, Airplane? No, I've not seen Airplane. You say it's from Australia. Also, they put on like Flying High, like. So you have said, what do you mean? No, it's called Parade. No, it's Flying High though. Oh yeah, different titles. Different titles. Oh god, yeah. Dude, if she had busted a guitar on anyone's head, even one, her ass would have been grass at her employer, no matter what airport you work at. She would have been canned so fast, hit in the head. But say I forget what's her face. Obviously, the girl who needs the heart.
Julie from Love Boat is Rough Girl
Thank
saying,
you.
yeah. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
if you grew up in the 70s, you watched Love Boat and Fantasy Island. So it's,
I love how everyone's just so happy and happy-go-lucky and giddy. And as she's singing, you see her like Julie just squirming around, and everyone's just all singing along like it's all good, man. It's all good. Like,
Meanwhile, she's dying on the bed there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
She sells it, man. She sells it.
Yep.
Like, bro, what are you guys doing? Like, like, why are you all singing, clapping together? I'm freaking dying over here.
Right.
Oh yeah, the market's on top.
And this is a direct reference to one of the airport movies with a girl who needed to get there for a medical procedure. And so they're just making fun of that whole thing from that movie, where that was one of the reasons they had to get this plane on the ground. Well, yeah. Oh, by the way, notice the Japanese general next to our hero?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who that is?
That
You
guy looked,
not
recognize
know.
him?
looked very familiar. I was trying to remember who
Yeah,
that
we
was.
just lost him recently. He was the father in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, okay.
We got
James
another
Hong?
basically stereotype joke coming.
What is
If
it?
you know what I
let me
mean.
see. I gotta find it. And now I'm apologizing because I can't remember his name.
It's all good,
Japanese
but
general.
I like how, of course,
James
he
Hong.
has it. Jin Tom, you said?
James Hong.
James Tom. All right, I apologize.
Yeah, Kung Fu
I
Panda.
missed it. Oh,
Big
thank you.
Trouble in
That's
Little
what James Hong.
China. Yeah, James Hong. Big Trouble in Little China. Kung Fu Panda. He just passed away recently.
Oh,
He's
Oh,
been in
okay, okay.
everything.
I've seen that movie in a long time, Kung Fu Panda, but I actually enjoyed Kung Fu Panda. Of course, we love Big Trouble in Little China here on the
God.
Toxic Tuesday. That's a straight up legendary flick. I'd probably give that. That definitely is high up there in the upper echelon of greatness amongst movies. So good.
Oh, yeah.
But I love how they all just start playing basketball. They all
Yes.
just start shooting at the same time. Basketballs are just everyone like, of course he had to teach them basketball. I can literally see even this scene getting cut too. Just because, but we can't enforce a stereotype. They probably would do something like, if it were to be remade, maybe they would do like hockey or something. That's my guess as to how they would handle that scene now. If they were to do like a different version of the same idea, they probably do something like that to, because they don't want them to do basketball. Because stereotypes, and this movie already hits a few.
Yeah,
no,
Big
with
time.
the way the guys speak on the plane and what the little girl says about the coffee. The last oh lordy,
That's when people could
missed
take a
this
joke
part.
back then too. So yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, I
people could
mean,
laugh at themselves. Yeah.
even up until 1999, it was DMX himself who played at a big festival. You may have heard of it, called Woodstock, and DMX got a whole crowd of pasty whites to say a very colorful statement, and he demanded that crowd say that, and that crowd did it, man. I'll just
So they did it. Yeah.
I'll just leave it. Try to be as vague about that as possible, but with people being able to get the idea. But DMX got a whole several thousands of people to say a very particular thing. We'll just say that. Look it up, guys.
And James Hong is still with us. Thank you for people in the chat.
He
Yep,
is?
so we don't want to jinx
Quit
it.
trying to make him dead.
Yeah.
Keep him alive, damn it. We
Yes,
need
we
our
should.
Hong.
He's great.
We need our Hong because we're losing. Yeah, and you're right.
Is Hong hung?
Only Mrs. Hong knows.
Yeah, there's a Ronald Reagan line.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Yeah.
That's
There's a
Japanese, I know.
few
Close.
nods to Reagan, which I did catch, and I was wondering if that was like a way of like taking digs at him, because obviously at that point he had been beyond blacklisted, and obviously it was before his presidency.
Well, he would have been running.
He was a
president, so 79.
no.
Because
was
the movie was
elected in
filming
80.
in 79. The movie
Was it
was
80
filming
or
Yeah, but
82? I thought it was
Well,
82.
he ran. Well, he
No, 80.
challenged
Was it 80?
Ford, and
Yeah.
he challenged Ford in 76, and then
Okay.
so 79 the campaign would have been underway, and Carter was not
Right.
a popular president
No.
back then, so Reagan was in the
But
very much
but
in
when
the
they,
mainstream.
right, but when they took their shots at him, that was about his movies.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
about,
yeah.
Not about him as a politician.
But he was the governor of California.
Yes.
Well,
I was just
thought
going to say,
because
wasn't he the
had been
governor of
blacklisted.
California already? Yeah.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had been.
So it was a running joke, an actor could never become president, or making fun of. Now it's not so not so crazy a notion,
Yeah,
but
oh
But,
man.
and Reagan.
And
would
I
laugh at
suppose
those jokes, too.
Jerry Lewis is the Secretary of the State.
And then great Rumack, Dr. Rumack, and man, does he there's a lot you're already having to pay attention to in this movie by default, but he really ratchets it up with every single thing he's saying, and I just love it, from the endless Shirley comments to the whole "I wish you guys luck," every line, or the hospital. It's a big building with patients.
Yep.
Oh, they're right there. It's a big building with patients, but that's not important.
That's
He
one of their
was-
that's one of my favorite running gags in this thing. They did that like 4 times with 4 different things. Can anybody think of a role that he played before this? I'm thinking of him in the one you did recently, Nick, that I wasn't there for, Naked Gun. Where he
Leslie
does the
Nielsen?
Leslie Nielsen, where he does a deadpan idiot and a comic, a deadpan comic role. Did he do one before this?
No, this is the first time he really did.
That's what.
Because you got to
thought.
remember, when he started out in like the 50s, he was like the leading man kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
And then in the 60s, he kind of started playing the heavy. And he kind of carried that into the earlier part of the 80s still, too. This was like the first time, though, that he kind of did the the term. But then, you know, of course, Police Story was the Police Story. Jesus Christ, what the hell is it called? The show that Naked Gun was based.
Police Squad.
And then
Yeah.
Police
Academy
Squad.
Yeah.
Was
Police
like, you know,
Squad.
his foray into comedy at that time. But that again was like another kind of comeback for him. He was just one of these guys that would just kind of always seem to be hanging around and have like a comeback every few years.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
there's another actor.
No,
because Forbidden
these-
Planet was like his first big role
Yes.
back in the day.
I'd
Yeah.
say between
He was in the
Police-
Poseidon Adventure and some other shit too.
Oh
so,
yeah, he was in Poseidon. You're right.
yeah.
He was.
He was the captain. Yeah.
I'd say between Police Academy and Airplane, I'd say those were basically essentially his warm-ups in retrospect to Naked Gun. Those were his warm-ups. That set the stage for him to have not just leading man again, but a leading in comedy as well.
Is that guy
So-
is the parody guy? Yeah, because that's kind of what he became in the '90s. It was like you couldn't do a half-ass parody without having Leslie Nielsen in it, even a cameo in most cases. Like they even brought him into the Scary Movie franchise for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
like I mean, he was popping up everywhere. Like even Mel Brooks eventually got him in a movie with Dracula Dead and Loving It. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
I like
Which
how
happened to be Mel Brooks' last film, if that says anything. But yeah.
Oh, you're right. Kareem Abdul's was not wearing shorts on the walking and into the plane, by the way. I kept track. He did not.
Yep.
And then he magically had shorts and he's got
and
his glasses on.
He had his goggles on too.
Goggles, yeah. And then this
Goggles,
line
okay.
is one of the best lines. We had a choice, steak or fish. Yes, I remember. I had lasagna. What did he have? How'd you get the lasagna? Then Peter Graves is wiping out this.
Zax. What's up,
Hey,
Zax?
Zax.
Zax is going to be joining us for next week's episode, which we'll obviously
Nice.
unveil at the end of the show. We'll be unveiling the next 2 weeks of episodes. But yeah, Zax is going to be joining us for next week's edition. So don't you dare spoil it, Zax. I cannot wait to have you on for that. It's going to be huge. I'll just say
They're
that.
pulling
It's gonna
out
be
the
huge.
pilots there.
We've
Oh,
had,
God.
okay, we've now had 2 suicides, pilots being pulled to the back.
Does Kareem have his
we-
shorts on there? I couldn't catch his shorts.
We had Julie's cord being plugged on her twice. We had people getting decked in the head by a guitar. And everyone's just, it's still all good in the hood, despite no. And then we got the dad, being very sick. Obviously, now everyone's having the reaction to the fish. I love how, like, despite all that, everyone still just remains calm. Bro, no one would have remained calm, even back to when, like, 9/11 happened. This would have been, any little one thing would have resorted in freak out city. Now here we are with this scene.
The stewardess just did, but when she thought no one was looking,
Yeah, that I'll go back to
The
that. That
freak
was a
out.
that
No, go
freak
ahead.
out. Your face.
yeah,
Like,
there you go.
we both had the fish. Oh no!
Ah! Oh, no.
Too many people have the fish on this. Who gets the fish on an airplane?
Oh,
I'll
man.
never get
That's
the
like,
fish on an airplane after watching this movie.
That's like gas
Guys, I'll be
station
right
sushi.
back. I'll be back in like
Alrighty.
1 minute.
Okay. Then he looks and he had the fish. And he's been playing this so straight all along. And now as the doctor starts to describe symptoms, he starts to exhibit them. Oh, your throat starts to get you burning and then you get a rash and an itch. You start scratching.
And I love the way the plane just goes crazy too. It's like if you take your hands off the controls, it's not gonna flip around like that. But
Right.
and they not like die laughing while they're filming this too. It's like,
I wonder
That's
how
okay.
many takes. I honestly wonder how many takes it took to
Really?
stop the corpsing.
Making a comedy is a lot harder than you think.
Yeah.
Like I've heard that making a horror movie is a comedy when when you're not shooting, and a comedy is a horror when you're not shooting.
yeah,
Because you're doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then you got the situation where somebody will eventually go, is this really still funny or not? And you start questioning yourself, so you try other things, and you can sometimes ruin a comedy. And there's times where people will laugh on a set and fuck up a
Shake.
take.
well, we got boobs here, so we'll get a good laugh
Shake,
out of that.
shake, Senora.
Yes. We had Jello, now we have boobs.
the makeup.
Yeah,
Oh,
like Soul
This is
Assassin
all
said,
through
dying
the
is
rest
easy,
of-
comedy is hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, how often do you hear
Look
about
at
a
that.
comedy
There
being
you
a
go.
fun
13
shoot?
to 51.
Look at
No
Rose
smoking,
13.
girls limited to 21. No
Dude, that's a
screwing,
lot
girls
of
13 to
fucking, man.
51.
That's an orgy. That's a plain orgy. That's a straight up plain orgy. Like, for real. Like, what? Yeah, and yes, Dash Attack, there are a lot of sexual
Well, that's because
drama.
PG-13 didn't exist yet. Not only that,
Yeah,
people weren't
right.
such pussies back then.
Yeah.
Both true.
Mom, what does that sign mean?
You'll learn when you're 12, son.
Yeah. And there we go. Here comes Otto.
Otto.
Pilot.
One of the best characters of this movie, bar none.
Yep.
Yeah. He should get an
RC,
Academy
welcome
Award.
back, sir. Nice to see you here in the chat. Thank you for being here. And I guess we'll make this a great quick segue to super chat and direct donation. And let's see here. We got to do our clip because we are the patriarchy. And RC from the NYC for $10 says, "What's up, Nick? What's up, panel? What's up, chat? Hope everyone is doing well. And boy, I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue." That was freaking hilarious, RC. Thank you for a $10, sir. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear from you, man. Hope everything is well over in the NYC. Thank you for the direct donation. Welcome back to Toxic Tuesday. We got Dash Attack for $5. Says, does American Carl make the cutoff for Toxic Tuesday? It's a conservative kind from the 2000s with Leslie Nielsen spoofing Michael Moore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
probably.
think I've actually seen that one. Actually,
Oh.
I know. No, I think about it,
remember that
I've
one.
not seen it.
Is
I've
there a
not seen it.
cutoff? I didn't know there was a
I
cutoff.
don't think there's a cutoff. No, if there's obviously there's
It's just
movies
gotta be
where, like
toxic,
you're not
right?
gonna see us do Beauty and the Beast, but
Right.
I guess so. But this dude, the pilot is it's dude, it's going down. You gotta pull it.
What the hell's going on?
And he's giving birth. He's delivering a baby in the back.
And I'm sure somebody already brought up that Lloyd Bridges also has a similar turn here that Leslie Nielsen does, because from here on out, he did a lot of comedy roles after this, too. Lloyd Bridges
Yeah,
did.
I was.
And he
was
previously
thinking
had a
that,
more, serious career before that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I
Oh,
was
hey,
waiting
Brahma
until
Bull
we
made
got
it
there.
back.
Thanks,
Brahma,
Tom.
I'm glad you made it back. Brahma was stuck in Vegas for let's
Wow,
just say
that
extended
stinks.
period of time. So glad you're back, dude.
Feel better.
I
Lloyd
can't
Bridges
imagine
are
how-
very undersung.
Hey, look at Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
That dashboard.
Look at the
Jesus.
response. Yeah. Oh,
Intimate moment.
excuse me.
And
Look
look
at
at
that
that. Otto's
face.
got a smile. Look at
Well,
Otto.
she was
got a
blowing him.
Oh
and
man.
then we get the after sex cigarette smoking.
Yeah,
He does up.
he
Yeah,
nods.
he's like, yep. I'm back. I'm back.
That had to be quite a load for him to let out. Good old Otto. Did you notice, if you think about it,
There you go.
And he's smoking.
Cigarettes.
Otto had a cigarette too.
Yeah.
Look, his
Love that.
expression changed too.
Yeah, yeah. Look how happy he is. He should be happy.
Oh damn! So freaking good. Yeah, you face some unpleasant facts. No. Oh man, so damn good. Seriously, I'm between Otto and Rumac. Those are my highlight characters. Obviously, that's not to take away from
Yeah.
Ted's hilarious journey of constantly spilling drinks and making people want to kill
Drinking
themselves.
problem,
But Rumac and Otto, just for me, they are ultimately the show stealers. For me personally, I don't know where you guys are at, but Rumac's dialogue and Otto just being an autopilot
yeah.
and just basically having on the nose blowholes and coming back will at some point. I don't want to give away too much, but just so freaking funny.
Yeah, just dragging the Captain Over is going out. Yep. And I
See
clipped. I
what?
did a few refaces here, so here we go.
Oh, man. Is there anyone who could fly a plane?
And
everyone-
now we have panic.
Oh.
And there she goes.
Oh man.
Movies in a PG movie.
There's
you
a
could
Monty
do that in a PG
Python
movie.
As long as it
there's a
wasn't
Monty-
sexual, yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
Monty Python quality to having a panic scene and having a naked woman bounce in front of the camera and off and out of the shot.
Yeah, the nun is trying to kill the Hare Krishna.
Yep.
A lot of boys out there in 1980 had a tingling, not a
Oh,
spider
yeah.
sense tingling, but another rising sensation.
Yes.
Well, we went to see Clash of the Titans, the only one, the 1981 version or
Full
80,
frontal
whatever it was.
nudity.
Yeah, so my mom took it was for my birthday. We took a bunch of kids, and like my mom was like trying to cover all our eyes in a row, and she's like, I'm appalled. I can't believe there was a naked woman."
Considering the whole 10
all that-
seconds in the shot, like I doubt that she could have done that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, she put her arms out. She was like,
She
this
was quick,
Oh
huh?
yeah, she was quick, and all the friends are like, they're like, God, your
'Cause
mom.
the shot don't last that long, is
No.
Are
it?
you saying that she has boob detector?
Yeah, well, come on. Then she was, upset. What would the other kids say? They reported like no one's gonna say anything to the. Oh, Mom, do you believe what we saw boobs in the movie theater today? Yeah. Hey, this is before the internet, guys. It was not easy to see this kind of stuff. When
It was for a lot of
You
boys.
needed the right
it
you had to
was
work.
their only-
You had to work for it. You had to work for
Yes.
it back then. Come on.
Yeah, it was your only material.
So
Yep.
Mm.
Oh yes. And here's and he's about to
Suicide
commit suicide
prevented.
by self-immolation.
yeah.
It's a little room in the front with the pilots in it. You see, that doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter now.
And he's just
Of
waiting
course, the
to
guy's
hear
waiting.
the outcome.
He's waiting.
He's waiting to hear the outcome of this conversation.
Should I
Right?
kill
He's just
myself
like,
or
oh,
not?
there's hope. There's hope. And then,
Right.
oh.
And then he looks at him and he nods. Oh, good. Boom.
Doesn't even the statue over there start to make expressions
Yeah.
at the
Yes,
point
the
as well?
dashboard
Because the
Jesus.
statue's like kind of getting freaked out, like, oh no, I'm gonna
Yeah.
play with this guy who's got all these emotional war issues, and this is just not working out for me, and I have to be on a play with him. This is a red flag. I'm serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Yes.
Greatest lines of all time. Yep.
Yep.
He only says what? Four or five times I say
At
this
least
movie?
3.
Each time.
The last one is,
Between-
and quit calling me Shirley.
Yeah, and quit calling you Shirley. So damn good. I wouldn't want to make anyone want to kill themselves. I can't. I was just eating freaking mozzarella stick. Oh, can we do that one more time?
Turn the camera off before I die.
Yes, Bush McFadden. That was Mad Bart.
Yes. Otto von Mardigan.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm crying. Mark that be
$11,320 fare.
Oh, Handy Randy would have been very proud of you. I straight up had to get tissue for that one. And this is, of course, our boy Kramer here, who should have quit smoking, should have quit drinking, and look, he does the same pose.
Yeah, there's a picture of that pose behind him. It's great.
Oh, I love how everything they run over in just a mere few seconds too. Oh man, absolutely. Like they like if you actually pay attention to what they're running over, there's a lot that they go through. Oh yes, I dude, right? How could you not have to wipe tears from that? That was seriously, that may have been the best clip that Mark has done yet. That was oh, I could feel my like
That was just too good, right? And it flips at the end too. It flips the mad right at the
end. Okay. Oh, I'm you may have killed us with that one. Oh, you definitely killed us with that one. That was so insane.
There it is. The dashboard
There's
Jesus
Jesus.
covers his face.
There you go, right? That's just like, oh no, we're doomed. Mr. Tickle Truck said he almost peed. Oh, yes, guys. Guys, there's 40 in the chat. Let's give Mark D with the C a huge for that one. That was absolutely let's give him a huge in the chat because that was absolutely amazing. Let's get it, guys. 40 plus strong in the chat. Let's give it to Mark D with a C. That was insane. Oh, dude, I love this. Get a hold of yourself, everyone. I love how there's like a crowbar, there's a bat. Everyone's got like a weapon as the line gets on.
Yes.
People just want to have objects to beat her with. Oh, dude, the chat is flooding.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yep.
Dude, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, man. That was amazing, guys. Seriously,
Thank
you. Auto, yeah, we'll call that one Auto Mads. Auto Mads.
Yeah, we'll have to leave that. We'll have to save that one to play later all the time. Yep. Yeah,
Dude,
the gun.
Oh
Bat.
my God.
I think after the handgun, the baseball bat's going to be superfluous.
Here's all the people get beaten up in the airport by Robert Stack. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Kramer kicks ass. I love Kramer in this movie. Robert Stack is awesome in this movie. Between his unsolved mysteries, when I watch, I just think, oh, it's the unsolved mysteries guy. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what I get out of it. He's the unsolved mysteries guy because he's got such an iconic voice. Like he's definitely like if you don't even if you don't remember his face, you're like, I've heard that voice somewhere deep. He knows how to make himself sound like all dark and almost like Batman brooding. Oh man, that
Help
dude's
Jerry's
being up.
kids. That's Jerry Lewis, who always has a telethon every year. Yeah, he's like, oh no, maybe not. Scientology.
Oh yeah, that one. No acknowledgement of Scientology today.
Nope. More nuclear power. Yeah, that was in the 70s, the huge nuclear freeze movement, and 3 Mile Island happened in the late 70s. So yeah, it was. They're making fun of all this stuff, but they're not like giving a point of view. It's just they're making fun of everything, which is
just
great.
making fun of it,
just having fun. Yeah.
Yep.
Froze passengers now arriving. It's like they predicted Value Jet years later, right?
Yes.
You like how there's Did you guys catch really quickly how there's passengers waiting at the part where there's the luggage?
Well, yeah, because
they're not waiting at the stairs.
Well, yeah, so it's the line is no frills passengers now arriving. So that's like the cheapest rate, right? You don't get a seat, you're in the cargo hold.
Right. You get unloaded with the luggage.
Mr. Chickle Trunk for another Canadian $2 says, Puff, you guys made my night. Thank you, Mr. Chickle Trunk, for the Canadian $2. And our boy Glinser. What's up, Glinser? Haven't seen you in a bit. Nice to see you here with a direct donation. And Glinser coming in hot for $5. Says the top 10 movies of 1980 included Airplane and 6 other comedies. That's just one year and of a genre called comedy. how the times have changed indeed, my friend. Glinter, thank you for the $5, sir. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you. Yeah, no, seriously, like the 70s and 80s were just oozing out movies left and right. And it wasn't like just action or drama. It was like everyone was just firing on all cylinders. Just inspiration was just, and it just shows you how great the market works. When the market is working and everyone's like firing on all cylinders, everyone's having fun because it's like, oh crap, how are we gonna top them making that kick-ass movie? We gotta do a better job and make sure our movie's better than theirs. Competition's great and people benefited from it. I mean, that's how WWF during the Attitude Era with WCW, when they had competition, it became for many people the best days of the company. Obviously, some will argue Hulkamania, but I'm just saying, ultimately, the market wins when everyone's. Even at one point in time, early 2000s, Marvel and DC were both selling at like early to mid 2000s. They were both doing well. Like DC had its Teen Titans book, Green Lantern, and then Marvel's doing well with Daredevil. Yeah, it's just awesome. It happens, and people in the 70s and 80s, in particular, even to some degree the 90s too, they were winning with a lot of movies, just left and right, left and right. You go down any list of like yearly releases, and you'll just see classic after classic after classic, and we're still talking about these movies, and not just even exclusively here on Toxic Tuesday. You'll see like Critical Drinker, he'll do like some reviews of some older movies, and talk about what has done favors for them by way of age. So it's just great. And yes, Bush McFadden for $2 says, give us the Mark D. Jesus Christ. So I will get that. I'll PayPal that to him for that one. Thank you, Bush. I'll be glad to do that. Thank you for $2.
I liked Otto getting toxic there in the cockpit.
Yeah,
now we're
toxic Otto. You noticed that?
Dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't beat Grandma though. He doesn't beat Grandma though.
No, but he's doing that just because there's a lot of turbulence there, so he just needs to hold on to something.
He
so
just
that's,
needs something to hold on to.
Turbulence. Turbulence.
His nose is
good
going
old
like
Pinocchio knows too. Yeah,
Yes.
right, Jack? Live action Pinocchio, no, for real, dude. Oh man, so
other
good.
two pilots are just fine.
Everything-
Nothing
yeah.
to worry about. Move along here.
God, man, I love how if it's certain angles that the plane looks huge, and then there's certain angles where it looks like they just got like 10 passengers.
Oh, that one didn't work. That was
Guys,
supposed
it's
to be
getting a little hot in here. A little hot, but I was about to take a bite out of this burger, and then no.
Paging Perry Chen. Perry Chen, please pick up the white courtesy phone.
I don't want Nick to choke on anything.
It's a good thing I held off on that bite. I'll just go for a mozzarella stick. You son of a
Son of a bitch. Oh, that's the same one right there.
damn it. Wow.
I speak jive. Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Would not happen today. I know we
No.
say it a lot,
Oh, no.
but we only say that because it's relevant. And this
it's true.
scene is the proof in the Belgian chocolate pudding. Because look at that. I'm translating their language. Bro.
And she does a good job too. Yeah.
Oh, she does a good job, but this would have been perceived as so racy. So racy. But look at them. They're all just having fun with it. It's just like, it's because there's no malicious intent. That's the beauty of comedy. Yes, there are some jokes where there is a little, I guess you could say, a sliver of truth, but ultimately at the end of the day, there is not a malicious intent. It's all about having fun with each other and laughing at each other. We're all going to poke on fun at each other. You guys, I get shredded on, and it's fun.
See,
We all do.
The thing I love about this is that they blow her off, and she's like, "Well, if Chump don't want to help, Chump don't get to help." And I mean, it's a role reversal. They're blowing her off, like, "Lady, what the hell are you talking about?" And that's okay. We're gonna do that next week. That's gonna be a lot of next week's show. You're gonna talk about. I'm not gonna say it, Nick, Next
I
week's
know.
show has a
Don't
lot more of
say it.
that. I'm not saying it. Next
I
week's
know.
show is all about that.
Guys, next week's movie is going to be so toxic. I don't know if we're going to even top the toxicity after next week's movie. But I like how she has a horse that she's sleeping with.
Yes.
That's the God, like
all
the
the
Godfather,
Catherine the Great.
and the Godfather, I guess, right? And make him an offer he can't refuse.
Well, the Godfather was just the head. She's got the whole
Yeah,
the whole thing.
That horse
that
would,
Mr. Ed?
that horse would break her. Not that I
Oh, yeah.
should be giving people visuals, but I'm just saying that horse would break her. I know. You're right. She wants to be. Well, she'll die. She'll straight up die. I'm not even trying to be funny at all. Like straight up, ma'am.
That's an example of black humor and not the other kind.
I love how bad is in back of me. You son of a bitch. Oh yeah, it's about 2 more minutes.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah,
This is another
I'll go back.
old
I'll go
reference.
back. Yeah.
It's another old reference. After this. He says, check the radar. It's about 2 minutes. The Amanda radar range was one of the first microwave ovens ever sold.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when he says check the radar, the guy opens up a microwave and looks in it.
And that's Mike from Breaking Bad, isn't it?
Is
the cop? Yeah, I think so. That's a cop.
I've not watched Breaking Bad still to this day.
Yeah, and Better Call Saul. Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, you're talking about the lead character.
No,
right?
the cop.
Oh, the cop. Okay.
The cop, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Mike. Yep. Yeah, my
So
grandmother
not
had
the
one of the first
nobody.
microwaves in the 70s. It actually was in the oven, like was an oven.
Mm-hmm.
And she would try, like the first time, she's like, you can cook a turkey or chicken in half the time or whatever. And it was like the worst chicken you ever had. It was like, there wasn't a rotisserie, it didn't rotate. And I mean, today, you don't cook stuff, but they were trying to sell it like, you cook chickens or turkeys. It's like, never again. It was so horrible. Yeah.
She's doing Catherine the Great, apparently.
Mike.
Okay.
Mark David, you mean Mike Ehrmantraut from?
Yeah.
Hold on. Look at that thing. That's not a microphone. Look.
Ice cream cone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an ice cream cone.
I never caught that till tonight.
We actually see Mike Ehrmantraut. We actually see that actor later on the radio. I don't know if that's the same guy checking the microwave, but I saw him later.
Yeah, look, that's what I thought who it was. Everyone take a picture.
Yeah, let's get some pictures, guys. Take them off the walls.
Yeah.
Damn. Whew. Okay. Sorry. This burger's really good, by the way. I'm bragging.
You, yeah.
I know.
Boy trapped in refrigerator. Eats own foot.
Yeah.
How? How's that possible? Like,
Yeah. Go back.
I mean,
and meteorite lands near baby was the other headline.
Yeah.
Meteorite. Oh my god, the brutality.
Yeah, right here in the bottom left. Yeah.
The National Enquirer. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's true. That's true. The propaganda.
And that's what our TVs looked like back then, boys and girls.
Little
So,
box
we had
TV.
dials on them. Yep.
Yeah,
play with the
That
color,
was the
adjust
remote
the color.
control.
They didn't have that good a resolution though. That's called a composite, kids.
Yeah.
Because television was at a different frame rate. So when they would try to film television, it would sit there and roll because the shutter would catch it rolling. So they would have to usually composite it in later in a different take. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh damn, dude. Nah, I remember that there's these TVs. There was never, even though they weren't the heaviest thing, some were, but even the ones that really weren't, carrying them was always awkward. You can never get a good fine grip, no matter how you try to do it. You think, okay, I can just carry it like this, and you do, you're like, oh no, that ain't gonna happen. Nope. those things were stupid.
Well, those TVs could kill someone back then. I mean, yeah.
Oh God, those
Yeah.
were a weapon. And don't forget RC's right. Don't forget the antennas always need to be readjusted. Yes, they did.
When my dad put an antenna in our first house, I was a little kid in the attic, and it was the second floor, was a raised ranch. So he left the screw or something coming through the ceiling. So he'd go in and put a screwdriver up to the ceiling and rotate it depending to get the picture better. right in the family room. So you could actually buy a motorized one, but that was my dad's like El Cheapo version, because some channels were like, towards New York City, other channels were like towards New Haven or the other direction, so you'd have to rotate it to get the Randy was to get the picture. RC was saying to get the picture right. Yeah. And then Cocaine Lady.
Yeah, Cocaine Lady.
She's credited in the credits. Yeah.
She don't need no whiskey. She's got the cocaine. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. That's what she's got. She don't need that. She don't need that. Oh, what? Rob said he just noticed the plane. He just as the wow, what Phil, dude? Oh man.
Yeah, everyone put their hands out. Yeah, grab. Hold the antenna. Yeah.
And stop calling me Shirley.
Yep.
Oh God. And bro, once again, once again, it would just be considered the raciness, right? No, we can't. Even though she's just really just singing a song, but someone would still be like representation. But
there's a Tab Cola there. Tab. Remember the line from Back to the Future? I have a tab.
Yeah,
what do you mean
I was just about to say. You beat me to it. Have a tab? What do you mean you want a tab? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hey, what's up, Keith? How you doing? Love Airplane Giant. Johnny's my favorite character. Zucker, Abrahams, Zucker rocks. Agreed. I second that notion. Thanks for being here, sir. Appreciate that. Dude, the sweat. Obviously, it doesn't escalate to a point right now, but later on, yeah. Oh, dude.
Whenever you see planes.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say, whenever you see planes crashing, like there's always those scenes of that the plane with like 8 wings. Like whenever there was a documentary that's clipped from I've seen before, showing all these crazy planes that are crashing. So.
Yeah, because that was before they had an airplane that would fly. Most of those are failed airplane designs.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they're ancient. That's ancient footage.
Oh, the shit's hitting the fan now.
Yep. Literally.
For real.
I laughed so hard when I saw that shit happen. Because as he says it, and then bam! I'm like, oh my God, shit literally hit the fan. And Kramer's just, I mean, not Kramer, but McCroskey. Dude's nuts. McCroskey's just nuts. And then we get 2 balloons right here. We get not 1, but 2 balloons. Like, holy crap, of autopilots. Everything's just going to shit. Like, and it's hilarious, though. You see everyone's just scrambling. What's his name? Ted can barely handle the wheel. He
can't drink.
He missed another drink on his face.
He's got a drinking problem, yeah.
Yes.
And of course, Rumack has to give the closest thing, I guess you could say, to an inspirational speech in the movie once he realizes it's all connected to George Zip.
Yes.
And all of a sudden he's ready to become the hero again. He's ready. Look at him right. Those Eye of the Tigers lighting up right there.
Win one for the zipper.
When the crew's up against it. And the brakes are beating the boys. And Leon's getting larger. Yeah, dude, yeah. So Leon's growing. Oh, seriously, no. I've tell them to get out there and give it all they've got. No. Yeah, and then pretty much at the it's all straight. Just all of a sudden, like, it's amazing how he's just like, okay, I can do this. And then Ted Stryker's just the hero from then on now. And it's great. And you see him try to talk to Kramer, like he's like all badass now when he was all like weird about it. Now all of a sudden he just owns the situation. And I like the communication between him to Elaine and what Elaine relays. And sometimes Elaine says things that she shouldn't relay. Like it's just things that he's trying to say to her, but not to her.
It's a good thing he doesn't have any idea how much I hate him. She says, it's a good thing you don't have any idea how much he hates you.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a top dog, the head honcho, the big cheese, the key. He goes into every single like term to describe like the boss type of thing possible. It's a sale, but nothing has nothing to do with the movie.
This is passenger certain to die. Yeah, and it works because these guys are such good, serious actors too. It's like Rapunzel.
No, that seriously, they were all kick ass from Clarence to obviously Kareem as Roger Murdoch and Kramer and Otto. I count Otto as a character, like McCroskey and Brumac. They all straight up killed it. Like I can't even imagine like being in a movie. Oh God, right? That is a D-Day scenario.
Movie.
Airplane crash, and you're on a plane with plane issues.
Yes.
Like our acting is our. Oh, I love how there's a referee. Like
Yes.
what?
He's credited as the striped controller.
Striped controller.
Striped controller.
You don't know where that finger's been, and then he smells his own finger.
Oh.
Yes.
Steve.
Dude, that dude's hair is freaking weird. Did you see that? That was a weird head of hair.
It is a weird scene, Zenzel.
Oh, I see what you did there, Ted Millick. Don't talk about airplane. Surely you're kidding. And no, we aren't. And don't call that was good, Ted. That was good. Thank you. Those shoes.
And then they're playing. That's Atari basketball on the 2600. So I played that game for hours and hours and hours.
Oh, is that Atari?
Oh,
Dude,
that's
that's
Atari.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Atari
Oh,
basketball.
here comes all the trucks. We get everything. Things that have nothing to
Tractor.
do with this. Cement truck was this that's got a beard.
Air Israel,
Yeah.
please clear the runway.
Yeah, that's El Al Airlines. That's another one they can't do now.
Oh, here's my scene.
Here's your scene, yeah.
We might as well do it. That is fugly. That is so freaking fugly, but so freaking funny. Yes, even a beer truck too, Phantom Outsider. Hey, wait down. How's it going, dude?
Hey, wake them.
Oh man.
And here we go. Disco is dead.
Yeah.
Disco lives forever.
Disco
And
lives
they knock the
forever.
antenna
Dude. Straight up,
And then
what?
boom.
1.5 seconds later, if you want to get like technical with it, I should have ran a timer on it, but bro,
Was that
right
in
immediately
Chicago when they had the baseball game where they had the death of disco?
Yes,
and
Comiskey Park.
Comiskey
and it will
Park, right?
always be Comiskey Park. So in case anyone's listening here that's a Major League Baseball fan, is Comiskey Park. A lot of the Southside people still call it Comiskey Park. There's no other name. I'm going to be that guy who goes on the MLB tangent. It's Comiskey Park. Well, it's like
I never heard any other name
Park.
for it. Yeah,
We don't speak of that. There's Fenway Park. There's good old Yankee Stadium. You got Miller Park by the Brewers, nice field. But it's Comiskey, and of course that's the old one from.
Well, we used to have
forever
County
ago.
Stadium, actually.
You used to have County Stadium, but you've had Miller Park now for like what 20, 25 years, something like that. It's a great park, though. I like Miller Park. I like it. Seriously, it's a great field. You guys got that retractable roof there too. So it's got good old grass fields too. Because I remember at one point they were doing the whole AstroTurf. All right, now I'm going too far on a tangent. back to sniffing glue and airplane.
yeah.
It's quiet out there. Too quiet. That's another trope. That's
So-
another trite line.
Smoking, drinking, and sniffing glue.
And
Man.
amphetamines. And amphetamines, yes.
And in fact, McCroskey is nuts.
Yep.
Dude was a party animal. Straight
A lot of addictions. Yep.
yeah, to say the least. Man, I was just like, I have this issue, that issue. And the plane lands. Yes, folks, we all know the plane lands. We'll just say it, but I love it how he becomes a sweatosaurus right there.
Yeah.
He is like,
Yes.
ooh, he's just like,
He's
it's like he just his sweat is producing sweat.
there he is at the microphone from Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Troutman, yeah, right.
There he is for sure.
Okay.
At the microwave, I don't know, but I know that's him.
I think it's the same guy. Yep.
But yeah,
Surely you can't
his
be
head
serious.
Ted's head becomes a water feature at this point.
Yeah.
A water feature.
You know, like one of those little waterfalls they put in the lobby of a hotel with a
Oh,
pump to keep circulating
yes.
the water. That's what he
Okay.
looks like. He looks like a water feature.
He's
He's become part of the landscaping.
I
I
love
just
how-
love this crash positions. Yeah.
Yeah, post
The
crash
guy's, like,
instead of
screaming.
pre-crash.
I must have fun
they're
filming
preparing
this.
so well. They're doing such a good job preparing. You know, for a quick second, he looks like Chris Gore.
Yeah, a little bit.
He looks a little bit like Chris Gore for just a quick second.
Look at
You're
that hair.
"Ah,
Look at
kill
that
me."
hair.
It's the hair. It's all in the hair. He's got the Chris Gore hair.
He's tripping. No, we don't recommend doing this at home, kids. Yep.
No. Drugs
Yeah.
are bad, okay?
Okay, all right, kids.
Okay.
Drugs are bad. Okay, don't you do that. Okay, all right.
What an asshole. It's like-
Okay. Put down more flop. Dude, that just sounds weird. Put down more flop. Oh, yeah. Just kidding. Because he took the line up because they can't see where they got to land.
Yeah.
I like how that one plug is just, that's
That
the
guy's
key to it all.
hysterical.
The one plug's just the key to all. Everything's just back on, like, with that situation. Oh, Toxic Man Flu, you son of a bitch. For $5 says, do they still sell Chicago deep dish? No, they sell Chicago thin crust pizza at Comiskey Park. Toxic Man Flu, thank you for the $5. And
No
literally
deep
go to
dish in
Comiskey Park.
Chicago?
You come to Comiskey with me. I will show you where they have Chicago pizza, and it's thin crust. They even sell one of those popular brands, Connie's Pizza, as well. There's also Vito and Nick's legendary South Side joint off of, I think, Palatine in the South Side. Been there for like 90 years, something like that now. And they are thin crust. Vito and Nick's, straight up, bro. I don't know if anyone in the chat's from Illinois, but yes, thank you for $5, Tox. I can't wait to get open up the package from Mrs. Flu. Gonna be huge. Oh man,
Huge.
huge. Gonna be huge. Nah. Anyways, we're basically at the tail end. And no, Masquerade, I've not had no. NY is famous not just for thick crust. They're more for being the big foldy, like cheesy slice. They have an emphasis on
It's not
the
exactly.
cheese.
It's not like crispy thin crust though.
Yeah.
New Haven's more like that. Connecticut pizza was more of the thin crust. In New York, some of the pizza, but New Haven had the brick oven pizza, and I think some of those people went to New York and had similar pizza. But yeah, Chicago obviously is famous for the deep dish. But but yeah, someday we'll get up to New Haven. We'll have some peppies and salads.
I would love to. And once again,
and I love all kinds of pizza too. Yeah, so
I like deep dish. I do. I actually like deep dish. I do like it. It's just, it's not Chicago, but it's still good. So I'm not going to turn it down. I will gladly eat. And also, please, people, use your hands. Just use your hands. Please don't make it awkward.
Unless you're running for political office, then you can use your fork and knife, right?
Oh, all the more reason why I'll hold you to
you
it.
won't get elected, yeah.
They're also famous for Sicilian, aka square pizza.
Square, yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
They're famous for the squares too.
Sounds like Rocky Rococo pizza.
My own homemade pizza. Wake down, ship me one. Ship me a pizza. You're on, bro. Deep freeze that shit and ship it to me. I
hate to do this to you boys, but I'm gonna have to check out here now.
Okay, here. Why don't you tell everyone what you got coming up for your next video?
Well, we got a couple coming up. We got Red Sonja one. I know we're gonna be working on a DC one here soon. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. I think it was it not Rings of Power, but one of those Game of Thrones. Couldn't think of it. But other than that, we got the morning show tomorrow. Yeah, George is gonna be there.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'll be around.
Well, Tom, hey, thank you for coming in and hanging out. Dude, you had every right not to be here, so I appreciate it. And I know for next week's flick, you'll be absolutely amped for.
I think I missed one of the last couple too, so like,
all good,
felt bad. And no, I might do some Mead Radio later. We'll see if I can get around to it. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mark, for plugging the channel. Yes, guys, obviously Midnight's Edge After Dark, Mead Radio as well. You know where to find Tom. He's anywhere and everywhere, just like we like him that way. So, Tom, thank you, sir. Look forward. I'll catch you on Mead later this week, and I'm sure I'll pop in the chat a few times in the morning tomorrow. So, take care, my friend. All right.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Take
care, Tom.
All right.
So long, Tom.
There we go.
I want to be a show off real quick.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. All good, man. And guys, seriously, thank you for being here. We have had almost everyone stay in here the entire show, and it's hour and 45 minutes. That is freaking nuts that a lot of you people have been here early and you're here now up until this point. So thank you for not just coming over here to the show, but for sticking around. That's freaking awesome of you guys. And we're nearly 2 hours into the show and you're still all here. So thank you very, very much. And for all the super chats and direct donations as we see this movie start to get to its near end and fall simultaneously. So thank you. All right.
Plus, we got to almost watch the panel laugh themselves to death, right?
Oh, dude, right? Nah, dude, seriously. I love the fact that after the plane, has its crash landing and everything, you think everything's all happily ever after, but it's the humor's still not done. After that, it's still not done.
You get some great scenes.
Still not done. Well, thank you, RC. It makes it, dude. Hey, I love having you here, man. And just as long as you hang out whenever you can, never feel obligated, ever. And that's for everyone else in the chat. Never are obligated ever. Just God, Mark, you hit an all timer with these clips. Yeah. You're starting to elevate. I feel like there's a Perry Chan. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm just saying, dude, absolutely awesome. So
thank you.
I guess we'll go for as this movie's starting to wind itself down as it gets to gate 13, 14, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah,
it's funny to watch happen. I want the chat because obviously this chat. Everyone knows this movie chat. Why don't you give out your scores? You know the gist. In case I think I saw a few new faces here in the chat. Like I saw the Ted guy here. We do 2 scores. We rate 1 out of 10 in toxicity of how toxic this movie is, and 1 out of 10 on the merits of just a good movie. So that's how we do our 2 scores. Go ahead and send all your scores, and of course we will read them all. We'll straight up read them all. So go ahead and shoot your scores away as we have a last chuckle at this freaking fantastic movie. Uncle Henry, total. It's a twister. It's a twister. I like, once again, another thing that would be very considered offensive. The plane said trans-American. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's TNA Airlines.
TWA, Trans World Airlines.
Yeah.
Well,
it would definitely.
It's also T&A Airlines.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Oh, you're right. Oh man. Oh,
yeah, there you go. Yeah, right on cue. TNA Airlines.
Another. I like how also too, as Ted Stryker saves the day, and then I'm sorry, I'm forgetting my name. Rex starts to go on and on the way Stryker was earlier on in the movie. And look, I was gonna tell you both, good luck, we're all coming.
We've already landed.
After they already landed, that was like his third or fourth time he said that in the movie. Absolutely freaking hilarious. But yeah, he seriously, Kramer just goes on and on. Like, and I feel like they had done that at the point where it's just like, except no, Stryker's not gonna kill himself because he had already left. So he was all right. He had got what he wanted. He got the girl back. He saved the day. But there's still a passenger on board, should I say. There's still a passenger there. As Kramer's, talking away into the mic.
Yeah, I was never happy as a child. Just blathering, yeah.
Oh, in the head by an iron boot. His voice is so iconic, seriously. Like, I know I've said that, but seriously, it's just that voice, just like, he's got that voice that's definitely made for commercials and advertisements, TV, etc., etc. Yes, that's right, Vince. All hail the great Otto. Otto somehow decides, I'm going to take off with this plane that crash landed. And you know what? It's a hell of an ending for a movie.
Well, he's got a special guest with him too, of course. So
yeah,
he's going to a getaway, right?
Yeah, Otto had a tough trip on this flight that he had not planned on getting involved with. So it just happens. He's like, all right, screw it. I guess I'm gonna go. I have my happily ever after too, because Ted and Elaine had theirs. Why the fuck can I have mine?
Well, he got a taste of Elaine, so I mean,
that's true. That's true. So does this mean that Otto cheated on Mrs. Otto?
I don't know. There we go.
Yeah. What do you think, Chad? Did Otto cheat on Mrs. Otto? You tell us. Guy in Ted's cab at the end. I'll wait 5 more minutes, but that's it. Oh God. You lie there, red shirt?
I'm here.
Okay, just wondering. I was like, I haven't heard from red.
Well,
shirt.
we did have some,
some heart attacks
tonight. Yeah, possible heart attacks tonight.
Yeah. Here we go. Good old Otto.
Otto gets his moment.
Salutes. And then,
all right. I guess now that
there
goes Mrs.
Yes,
Otto. So I guess we'll read these here. Wakedown says going to give it 6 out of 10 plane crashes. Probably a hot take, but I'm not a huge fan of Airplane. It works well enough as a parody comedy, but at a certain point, the absurdity fails the movie. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't agree, but you are entitled to your honest opinion. Thank you for doing that. The 18 clip. Okay, no, I will get to that as soon as I can, Mark. Obviously, Auto Toxicity Infinity out of 10. Infinity. Nice one, RC. Nice one. And Fred here, I don't think I've seen you here in the chat, but welcome and hello and hail to you, Fred. Says 10 out of 10. Awesome, awesome. Boosh says 9 out of 10 overall. Very rewatchable. I second the hell out of that thought. But some old references, well, that's a beauty. If you know those things, you benefit from it far more. Like I benefit from the comedy angle, the default comedy angle. You benefit from the references and the comedy, so you get a little bit more than me. But anyways, he says 7 co-pilot BJs out of 10 for Toxicity. There's a lot they couldn't do today, or even less. Right? It's not even just about today. It's about the last 10 years. That's what I was saying earlier. Vince Womack overall 10 out of 10. Toxicity 9.2. Rob Altus solid 10. Toxicity 10 is a funny movie and 10 Mads awards. That was good, Altus. And then Brahma Bull says 8.5 out of 10 for the movie, 7 out of 10 Toxicity. Zan Zoltan, movie 10 out of 10, still makes me laugh. Toxicity, pair of naked boobs, blowjob mad. Joe's Atmosphere, Toxicity, 11 out of 10 overall, 15 out of 10, fucking classic. Diesel, 10 out of 10, Toxicity, 10 out of 10, great movie. This movie's funny as hell. Fuck yeah, dude. Kal-El, 9 out of 10 for Toxicity, 10 out of 10 for how great a movie this is. Shawnee Step, Toxicity, 9. And then overall, 10 with the hands. Philip A, 10 and 10. Those who say different, kill them. You're crazy, dude. I love it. And then RC here, 80s movie Toxicity, 9.5 out of 10. Overall, 9.5. Legendary comedy for the ages. Low Spec, Linux, 9 out of 9. Then Dash Attack, Toxic, 10. Moved in a lot of 10s in this one tonight for this. Guys, seriously. You guys are coming on. I think I missed. Oh, Mortal 10. I think he's made to score. And then Jack of All Casuals, 10 out of 10. We'll watch again, nonstop. Toxicity, none because the map didn't exist yet. Oh, I see what you do. Massgrave, as far as a comedy goes, definitely 9 out of 10. Toxicity is an 8 out of 10. Daz Wolfen, 11 out of 10. Andy Masterson is a 10 as well. Cool. Guys are coming in flooding so with the scores. Holy crap, I thought I got all of it. Just keep going. Peter Venkman fan site, 10 out of 10 Toxicity, 100 out of 10 for drinking, problems, 100% old white lady from the hood. Phantom Outsider, 9 and 9. The guy in the cab was an advocate against government waste as he wastes cash waiting for the cab driver left for Chicago. Channel Surf, 10 all the way. Deleted scenes, movie 8.5 to 9. Toxicity, 9. I enjoyed watching Nick laughing so hard I was crying at the auto meds more than I did the movie. So 8.7 out of 10. Thank you, Katina. It was absolutely legendary. I'm changing my Toxicity to 10 out of 10 for the tits. Okay. Thank you guys for your scores. This was an absolute fun time talking about Airplane. So seriously, this was a blast. And it feels good that being back from Toxic Tuesday after being away. And for some of you out there, because I know not all of you are in America, for some of you, this movie is called Flying High. This was Toxic Tuesday edition of Airplane / Flying High. Oh, Mr. Tickle Truck, 11 out of 10, 80s style, freeform Toxicity, and 2 out of 2 lit cigarettes.
I always got the cigarette and auto.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Right.
Well done, Mr. Tickle Truck. Yep.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna do a first. I'm gonna unveil the next 2 movies. We always do one, but this time I want to get you all prepared in the chat because in case you haven't seen them, this will give you time, especially for the 2-weeker. So obviously, next week, some of you have already gotten the hint. Next week, we're gonna be talking about Blazing Saddles. We will have Zach's joining us as a guest as well. Zach, I don't know if you're still out there, but dude, I cannot wait to have you on here. It's going to be great to talk about such a legendary flick from the great Mel Brooks. And the week after Blazing Saddles, we're going to do Black Rain. Straight up Black Rain, kick-ass Michael Douglas. We have not touched a Michael Douglas flick at all. So this is going to be nice. This will be a good 1-2 punch. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. People are, yeah, right. It's guys, seriously. It's not my birthday, but thank you, Nefarious. Thank you. No, guys, it is going to be, yes, right. I don't know how we're going to top it next week, but we're going to, in Zan Zoltan, watch Black Rain.
Oh,
watch it. Straight up, guys. Seriously, it seems like most of you have seen Blazing Saddles, which is good. Awesome. Watch Black Rain if you haven't. It's freaking awesome. It's definitely on, I wouldn't say, no, it wasn't like super under the radar, but I guess you could say maybe it was more forgotten about. Forgotten about is what I feel like. But anyways,
I think so.
That's your back-to-back Toxic Tuesday preparation for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be great. Anyways, guys, let's get our channels plugged as we say goodbye, and we'll start out to the fantastic moderator, Just Another Red Shirt. Sir, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Well, let's see. For ratings, greatness, I'm giving this a 9, and I'm agreeing with Boosh. I think part of what makes this movie wonderful are the references as a parody, and the movies it's parodying, and some of the references it makes are getting really dated. So yeah, if you're old enough to remember all of the stuff they're making fun of, you get it. But there's a lot of things that are going to start to go over people's heads, and you're just not going to get it. I mean, it might seem funny to you, but you're not going to know why, really. For Toxicity, I mean, come on, bare naked titties, 2 cigarettes, jive lady from old white jive lady from the hood. Come on, that doesn't get any more toxic than that. It's politically incorrect. It's objectification. It's cultural appropriation. It has everything. So 10 for toxicity, 9 for greatness. In its day, I probably would have given it more, but it's been a long time for this movie. That's it.
All right. Killer. Thank you, Red Shirt. Mark, sound off on your final thoughts.
Yeah. Well, I'd give this 9.5. That's almost like a perfect 10. I mean, you can't stop laughing when you're watching this movie. I mean, it's just we almost died. Excuse me, watching it with you guys tonight in the going over the slideshow, and just I'm sure hope everyone was dying in the chat too. Yeah, just a lot of fun, and yeah, it is. Some of the stuff is dated, but the lines are so good that when you pay attention, you catch those lines. They're zingers that still work, And maybe go watch one, Airport or something, and then you'll appreciate this movie even more, because those movies are so so ridiculously straight and boring after a while, those disaster ones. So, but toxicity, yeah. I mean, you're not making this movie today, right? So, as Red Shirt said so well. So, yeah, dancing naked in the aisle, just the Monty Python kind of just random craziness, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the cockpit as a pilot, and then of course the famous Gladiator films. I mean, God, it doesn't get much better than that. So, yeah, it's just it's one you can watch over and over, and a few beers doesn't hurt your enjoyment of this movie either. But yeah, it's one that you can just always pop in and rewatch and enjoy. So, yeah, it's just this was a lot of fun tonight. So it's good to be back. Good to be back. I'm glad everyone loved that clip. So that was sometimes you don't know how something's gonna play, but I'm glad that one. That one almost killed you, Nick. I apologize, but I think it was worth it.
Don't you dare apologize. We do it for the people, damn it. We put ourselves on the line, the laughs and the belly aches for the people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was a lot tonight. Yep.
I'll plug in my thoughts. I'll be quick, and then we'll plug in our channels. But anyways, the comment with the girl about how she likes her coffee, and then Captain Over with this comment about naked men. I mean, need we say any more about that type of humor, guys? Like, I'm just saying, as we mentioned earlier, it ain't just about today. It's about the last 10 years. And then you had, the black guys on the plane and the way their language was being translated, they're speaking like us. Dude, the humor just off of that. And the grandma's super toxic. And then you got Otto being toxic too. Everyone just wanted a piece of Elaine. And it showed, because you saw them either talking about it or just straight up going for it. I mean, even though Elaine gave a piece of it to Otto and had a cigarette after. So, yeah, absolutely freaking toxic movie. I'm going to give this an 8 out of the toxicity. And then for the movie on its own merits, I'm going to give this one a 9.3. This humor is humor for days. And if you're not historically versed in comedy, you can still appreciate that humor aspect of what it's trying to go for. But if you're someone who's historically knowledgeable of that time period in these movies, like, okay, you benefit from all those old school references. So that is fine. 2 and Boosh, yes, I see your score saying, "Okay, change mine to a 9. Jive talking grandma's out of 10 for toxicity." There you go, my friend. There you go. You got the jack of all casuals here. He leaves us with a $10. Says, when I suggested this movie and Nick said he hadn't seen it or remembered seeing it, I nearly unsubscribed. Thankfully, he did see it again. Otherwise, I would be disappointed. Do better, Nick Jack. You're killing me for 10. Thank you for the $10, sir. I do appreciate it, dude. I at least I keep it real when I say I have not seen something. I keep it real, man. So I don't want to just say I have or I have not. Like there's just unfortunately a lot of things I miss in the world. Like I miss Spaceballs until you guys were like, watch fucking Spaceballs. So anyways, I'm gonna have these boys do their final plugs. Red Shirt, what's going on this week in your life?
What's going on this week is probably going to be Friday after FNT on the MFR Cocktail Lounge come hang out on Foulball Productions channel while we drink, argue, and maybe entertain you. Hopefully. That's it.
All right. Hey, Red Shirt. Thank you for coming on. Welcome back. I missed you.
Thank you.
All right. And I will see you soon. And the man who kept the visuals going and really upped his game by a lot. Mark
Thank you. Yeah.
Toxic Tuesday missed you. I miss you. I will be on Sunday, hang out with you.
Great.
We're going to have some fun, dude. We're going to have fun. Thank you so much for what you've done for this show. You have really brought not just the visuals, but the humor to another level. And I think everyone in the 40 plus in the chat will all agree that Mark D. the C is very instrumental in the success of Toxic Tuesday. So, sir, my thank
Glad
yous
to be
will
toxic
be
with
endless.
you. Yep. Thank you.
The pleasure's mine, but plug in your channel, my friend.
Sure. Yeah. So I do a lot of 3D printing, comic books, toys. So here's a Doomsday machine that I printed, and Doomcock went nuts over this when he saw this. So I'm going to send him one. So he was streaming with Clobbering Times for his birthday, and I said, "Oh, let me show you." And there was, the Clobby and Raquel were like, show Doomcock what you do. So I'm going to send him this, and also a Liberator from Blake 7 that I've been printing. So looking forward to sending him that. So check out my channel Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern is Toxic Tuesday. Not Toxic Tuesday. I got stripped. You guys laughing so much at this movie. Sunday Night Geekery, and we talk. Shows of the week. We'll probably talk a little bit about that new Game of Thrones show, I guess. She-Hulk, or see what's happened this week with that show. And, whatever the chat comes up with, and it would be great to have you there. And it's episode number 50. Yeah. So when I started that on a lark, at episode number 1, I'm like, what am I going to do? So just have a Sunday night show. It's a fun way to start, end the week and get the week going. So appreciate everyone who, subs and likes the channel. And thanks. Thank you for all the kudos in the chat. And thank you, Nick. It's always an honor to be here, and it's always a lot of fun. So I had a good time playing poker, but it's great to be back here on Tuesday night to be toxic with you guys. So
thank you, dude.
Looking forward to, and then Blazing Saddles. I guess we're not going to get canceled for that, are we? And everyone, we should be okay. And everyone,
worse, I'll restrict that one if I have to. I mean, like if I have to, I will, because people will show up for that one.
Oh, so that'll be big.
People will show up. So
everyone has to eat lots of baked beans on the panel before that.
That's right.
Before that movie. So that's the rule. You got to have 2 cans of baked beans if you want to be on the panel. So just saying.
And Fred, thank you. And more importantly, thank you for subscribing to Mark. Yeah, he definitely deserves it. We're gonna make sure this man shoots a 300. So it's gonna be huge.
Oh, and if you do watch sub, which we always appreciate, watch like 2 minutes of a video or something, just so you don't get unsubbed, because I've seen that happen a few times. You get like 10 new subs all of a sudden, and YouTube disappears. Like who the heck knows? But that's really appreciated. So yeah, if you sub to Red Shirt, obviously you guys are hopefully all sub to Nick, and just watch a few minutes of a video. So that way, hopefully the subscription sticks. Yeah, stick the landing.
And Eric K, thank you for plugging in the channels. Red Shirt's Twitter, Mark D with the C's YouTube. Yeah, guys, this is where Mark D with the C can be found on his YouTube channel. Mark, thank you very much, sir. I'll see you Sunday night for the geekery, my friend.
Thank you.
You are appreciated always, my friend. Well, guys, you already know next week's movie. You know the week after's movie. Also, I did a video last week about Amazon's Rings of Power is the disease. Beavis and Butthead is the cure. If you haven't watched that, watch that. I've got another new video that'll be out this week as well. Can't say yet. But to hold you over between those videos, I also did a stream, Comic Shop Talk, last week with Gabriel El Taiban. He's the guy who left DC last year after the whole Superman debacle. So now the co-host of the Rippaverse has his own book, True Justice American Way. He came on and he was a powerhouse guest on the Comic Shop Talk. Like straight up exited mic drop style. It was glorious. Please catch the replay of that if you haven't. And this Friday night on the Comic Shop Talk, we will be having the Ginger Ninja and Roger Ryder on to promote their comic book on Indiegogo as well. So that will be fun. And you can also find me, of course, on the Geekery with Mark U. the C, Midnight's Edge After Dark, Comics Division, Yelling at Parked Cars, And I'm missing. Oh, tomorrow night, Bounding into Comics, the Black Pill stream. I'll be hanging out with the Bounding Boys, so that should be good. I will look forward to hanging out with those guys. I've done a little bit of streams with some of the guys, but it'll be nice to be with the whole collective team now. So that's gonna be fun. Yes, Gabe was awesome. So, dude, I'm trying to spoil you guys. That's what I want to do, man. I just want to keep giving gifts, man. That's what I do. Yes, that you're right. He was so awesome. Seriously, WhatsApp. But seriously, guys, thank you for the super chats, the direct donations, the mods. Thank you guys for plugging everything in. No sex bots tonight. That was awesome. And seriously, thank you guys for sticking around. That is fucking awesome. That means hopefully we do okay. And the laughs were worth it. But I'm done talking. I've gone on long enough. We'll see you guys next week for Blazing Saddles. Get one last look at that.
Here, play it again, Sam.
Yeah, one last time.
Hey.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. 40 plus strong still in the chat. Goodbye.
Awesome.
Good fight.
Good night.
Good night. We'll see you all next